Kiki and David, we're going to go live any second now. Who do you want to do a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to our wonderful daughter, Michaela, and to our parents, Joe, Michelle, Chuck, and Cherie, for raising us to be the people we are today.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Scott and Becky for always supporting our dreams and encouraging us to jump.
I absolutely love Becky. Kiki and David Poirier, I'm so excited that you are on the show. I'm so excited that for all of you guys who are watching, and you can see we've got a slightly different background and lighting and everything going on. We're working off new equipment today, and we got the old thing coming back hopefully on Friday, so we can just go with it. David and Kiki, we are going to talk about kindness today. You have turned kindness into a mission, into a business, into a world philosophy that you're pushing. So let's talk about that. You've got the Kindness Kangaroos. And David, tell me just a little bit about Kindness Kangaroos so we can kick this off.
Yeah, absolutely. Kindness Kangaroos is a trackable kindness project. We've always believed in kindness and kind of embodied that. And we kind of had a vision one night of, wouldn't it be cool if we could track kindness and we could actually see how far our kindness went and the impacts that it has on the world. And so that's what it is in a nutshell. It's a trackable kindness project.
That is amazing. So, Kiki, how did you guys come up with this idea of tracking kindness? It's different.
So one night we were on our way home. It was like a little over an hour drive, and we stopped about halfway through, and it was about midnight. And David ended up helping a fellow man that had to get his tire changed out, and he was waiting for hours for AAA, and he was just having a really frustrating night. And because we have a big truck and we full-time in an RV, we have, the handy tools that not everyone has in their car every day. So David had this a four-way,
Yeah.
and he helped the guy very quickly change his tire. And what took him 2 minutes was, it was at midnight or whatever, but that guy was so grateful that he was encouraged to go buy that same tool so that he could help other people in the future. So on our ride home that night, we just started talking about how one of our acts of kindness could encourage him to do acts of kindness, which could encourage other people to do acts of kindness. So that night we started to brainstorm about a way to actually track it.
That's amazing. So, David, what made you come up with Kangaroos?
Well, Kiki's kind of the dreamer. She's the one that creates these little ideas. I don't know where she comes up with them, but it was catchy. It was Kindness Kangaroo.
So you got the alliteration going on.
She wrote a poem. Yeah. She's kind of that person, and then I come in with the technology. I'm the tech guy. I create the websites and I create the graphics for it and all of that. So I don't know where you came up with that, but it was definitely your brainchild there.
Yeah, I'm a full-time mom, so just having my daughter who's a toddler the whole time. Kindness starts with K, so kangaroos start with K, and just making it a kid-friendly concept was kind of the foundation for that.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we've got the basics. So how does this program work? You've got the Kindness Kangaroos. How does the whole thing work in the world?
Okay, so we have kind of narrowed it down into 3 simple steps, which is scan, track, pass it on. So the whole idea is that you create an act of kindness. It can be small, it could cost money, it could not cost money. It could be just holding the door for somebody. A lot of us do this naturally in our day-to-day lives. But the idea is when you do that act of kindness, that you also pass along one of the Kindness Kangaroos. And this is just one kind of show here. So you do that act of kindness that you may do already, and then you give this Kindness Kangaroo along with it. On the back here, it gives those same 3 simple steps to scan, track, and pass it on. And it's got that QR code there. So the idea would be that they scan that, and that's going to bring them to our website where they can then log that act of kindness. And they could give a story about how it impacted them, what it meant to them. So That's the scanning and the tracking part, because they input where it happened. And then the pass it on part, that's the encouragement for them to then take that same kindness kangaroo, do an act of kindness, and pass it on to the next person. So we start to build this. Yeah, we start to build this kind of, these kindness hops, as we call them, that you can actually track and visualize and see how far your kindness went and the impacts it had on people.
That is just such an excellent idea. And then now, what if somebody wants to keep their kangaroo?
So that's actually our very first model that we had. We had people that were keeping them because they were made out of resin and on a keychain. So these are just laminated cardstock, and the pass it on part is you can sign up for notifications when you get it. So that's an encourager to pass it on. And when you get a notification that someone else did an act of kindness because you were nice to them, that's even a bigger encourager, because kindness is actually contagious, and it releases serotonin and endorphins in our body to make us feel happy and more relaxed naturally just by doing an act of kindness. So passing it on actually feels good as well, even better than keeping it.
So, Kiki, tell me about some of the acts of kindness that you've actually seen happen because of the kangaroos.
So our grandparents, one of the first things that happened that really touched our hearts is our grandparents who, our grandfather's ex-military, and he went out to dinner and saw a fellow ex-military wearing a hat or something, and he paid for their dinner. And without even knowing, and then just left the kangaroo with the waitress to give to them. So he still has no idea who really, paid for his dinner that night. And the story that gentleman entered I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. He was just so grateful and honored. And it was really empowering for him to receive that and to have a tangible way to scan it and let other people know as well.
Wow. That just actually gave me goosebumps here. It's that was nice. So what are some of the other stories, Kiki, that you've heard that people have done, like on the website? What are the things that people have done that really have blown up and people like?
So people have, there's people that have needed to have meals if they were under the weather. We had a family that provided lasagnas for them. And that was really grateful because it's something that they weren't expecting. They're usually living without. So to have a freshly baked lasagna for their family when they were under the weather was really empowering. Our daughter has handed out so many kindness things. We've given out kindness kangaroos that we've seen other people being kind, and then they passed it on. And then the ripples that come after that, it's hard to explain how one act of kindness can cause 4 more acts of kindness. And it's really cool.
What's the furthest that you've seen one kangaroo hop? How many times has one gone from person to person?
I think we have one that's up to 4 or 5 in the Donna tribe.
Yeah, probably 5 right now. It's the new model we released has more clear instructions. So the scan, track, pass it on wasn't on our previous models. We just relaunched a few months ago with the new model that kind of gave more clear instructions that you're not supposed to keep this as a token of gratitude, but you're actually supposed to pass that on and send it to the next person. So I think we're going to see an uptick in how far they go. But we've had one that went all the way to Washington.
We have one in Washington State. We actually launched our business in Connecticut the day that a hurricane arrived. So we actually started in Connecticut. All the states in New England are covered.
Yeah. How many kindness kangaroos are out there right now? How many of the stickers are out there?
We're in the 400s right now.
Yep.
As far as how many we've created and sent out. When we launched the business about a year ago, we started with 100, and we sent them out to family and friends and everything like that. So that was kind of our basis. And then, it's just been growing from there.
I just love the idea that you have created something that is going viral. Matter of fact, the whole business is viral, and it's based on something that's so easy for anybody to do. It doesn't cost anyone money. They just do it, right?
Yep.
Now, you guys have monetized this, and of course, you need to pay for the kangaroos, the technology, the getting the word out, and that sort of thing. How do you guys monetize kindness? How did you do that?
Yeah, so like you said, we've got to cover all the technology and everything like that. So
Yep.
we try to keep it reasonable, and that was one of the things we did with our new model that we redesigned, is we brought the price down a lot. But a kindness kangaroo it just costs $1, and now for that dollar, we send you the kindness kangaroo. It has a unique number on it. It can have a customizable name. All the ones that we generate have our mascot's name, which is Coco. I don't know if they can see that there. But so you can purchase one of these for $1, and that kindness kangaroo, like I said, it gets its own number, so it's unique and it has its own online profile. So that's something that you're getting too, so you can go and see where that specific kindness kangaroo has been. We
Gotcha.
also came up with the concept of a mob. So when you're talking kangaroos, a group of 10 or more kangaroos, which is usually how they hang out, is called a mob. So we created this concept of kindness kangaroo mobs. So you can go and create a mob for, say, your business or a fundraiser or in dedication to a family, and kind of it's a way for you to group your kindness effort, and you can group them differently, so you're able to customize that as well. And yeah, that's basically how we've monetized it, by creating these and selling these. Yeah.
I am going to get a mob of kangaroos and just share kindness, because I think this is one of the best ideas I've heard in the last, I don't know how long. I just love the whole idea of just being kind for no good reason and just seeing how it grows. I really
we've
do. I
actually
want to
done a
see.
lot of research that it is actually contagious to be kind.
Yes, I agree. I mean, like that whole pay for the guy's coffee behind you in the McDonald's line. Yeah, I'm just gonna start doing that here. Hand this to this guy when he comes to the line. That's his payment. Just be kind to the next person.
Yep.
I can see this taking off and being absolutely huge. There's no reason that it shouldn't just grow and grow and grow. What do you want to tell people as far as just being kind? What are some words of wisdom that you have for people that say, this is what I want you to take away from what we've just talked about here?
For me, it's kind of dreaming. And that's how we got to Kindness Kangaroos, is just daydreaming. And then we had a daydream that was bigger than that, and a dream that was bigger than that. And it was really fun to experience it, and just doing what we're already doing. And it's been fun, and endless possibilities through dreaming. And that's what I think.
David, what about you?
Yeah, to kind of ping off of that, if you allow yourself to dream and you immerse yourself in those dreams, and you find a dream that you just can't let go, that you're so passionate about, and you just love the idea, then my advice would be to commit to that dream and to just jump. Once you commit to a dream and you just jump, and just to make that next step, that dream can become a reality, whatever it is.
Yeah, I will tell you, I think for a lot of people, kindness is hard because you have to expose yourself to being kind, right? You can't hide behind in traffic. You can't hide behind anonymity of a computer. You have to actually put yourself out there, right? So, and I think it might be a muscle that you have to grow also, right? So you have to go, okay, I'll do this one kind thing. Yeah. And
yep, there's all kinds
have
of
you found that to be true?
Yep, that using kindness can actually help you lower depression and anxiety, and help you to be more social. So if you're an antisocial person and you want to improve on that, just being kind, that's all you have to do.
Gotcha. Antisocial or introverted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just be nice and kind.
I think it's amazing. Here, I want people to try this without knocking things over. And we've got your website that I want people to be able to see. right here. There we go, kindnesskangaroos.com. You can't forget that. That is super simple. By the way, when you get down to Australia and people go like, what are these kangaroos? We're definitely going to have you back on then.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. All right. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. And
Thank you.
I'm going to hit the website. I'm going to buy some kindness and share it with the world. So thank you. And we'll see you hopefully very, very soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Thank
bye-bye.
you so much.
Thanks, Michael.